As of 2024, you will no longer be able to get a manual transmission WRX. At least that's what somebody said on the internet. But let's investigate that claim as well as why it might not be too true, or maybe it is. So last year, you were very well aware that Subaru discontinued the STI badged WRX, which means no more Brembos, no more bigger motor, no more swaggy interior with all sorts of badges, and no more STI tuned package for the WRX platform. But does that mean they're also coming for other things that we love, like our manual transmissions, our ability to mod and tune the cars? I want to take a minute to investigate a claim made on the 2022 WRX Facebook group by Matthew John. So Matthew posted the other day, and I quote, "I work for Subaru, and obviously we are prideful of the VA and VBs we have. Cherish them. Within the next year, Subaru will announce no more standard WRXs. I did get an inside scoop from my district manager. The reason why is because WRX 6-speed does not meet Subaru safety standards, meaning the 6-speeds do not have the Subaru Eyesight. I've worked in the auto market for nearly 10 years. There's flashes of this being true within the lineups of previous model year manufacturing. With the GT models," he goes on to say that typically manufacturers will introduce an option to the higher tier models like the WRX GT and then bring them down to all the lower tiers until the whole model lineup is unison. A lot of people commented on this. It was 79 comments. I did look back just before filming this to see if there was any updates or any further information, and the post was removed. Either he got in trouble from his bosses, or it's just not substantiated enough to have it live on the internet. So let's dig in today and see why that might or might not be true, and if you should hold on to your standard transmission WRX. So the first thing I did when I heard this news is look up Subaru's current lineup. What has a manual transmission for Subaru? A few years ago, I was looking at purchasing a Subaru Impreza and wanted to get a 6-speed one. So I test drove one. Felt not as good as a WRX, so I didn't buy one. But I looked on their website now. Between the base, sport, and new RS model of the Impreza, none of those have an option for standard transmissions. Now, I know from just being in the world of Subaru, the Legacy, Outback, those don't have standard transmissions either. And the Ascent would be pretty cool. The standard obviously doesn't come with one either. So the only two models currently that come with standard transmission is going to be a WRX or the BRZ. Obviously, those have similar engine platforms. The BRZ is with Toyota, but it does use a Subaru powertrain. So if Subaru were to have a couple different models in their lineup that use a standard transmission, that would make it more likely they were to keep that. They put a lot of money in investing and creating these transmissions, but it's just the WRX and the BRZ. So let's get on to the next rumor, which is the Eyesight is really the one causing this push towards automatic or CVT transmissions. I might see that is true. Currently, you can't get Eyesight in a manual transmission Subaru, even the previous generation models. But if any of you saw, the new BRZ TS for 2024 just released, and guess what? That has Eyesight. So why would Subaru invest all this money in creating a transmission for their boxer motor in the Toyota 86 as well as the Subaru BRZ if they weren't going to spread that technology also in their other manual transmissions? Once again, the only one being the WRX. So that leads me to believe that while this rumor sounded a little bit true on its face, most likely it isn't, because this new news that came out maybe 3 weeks ago about the BRZ TS having this technology. And I would assume that for 2024, instead of seeing the manual transmissions go away, we actually see that Eyesight technology become standardized between all of the Subaru models, including the manual transmissions. So we've heard about the rumors, we've looked into the facts. Let's take a step back and look at the situation as a whole. It might not surprise you when I say that Subaru has taken a bit of a step back as far as the sports car category, with them introducing the new BRZ TS that has that technology, as well as almost promising that they're going to have a new STI, whether it be a full EV or an aggressive hybrid. It's safe to say that they are looking at that as an option. Let's also look at the fact that they do have a very prominent motorsport program with Vermont Sports Car, as well as all the stuff they're doing with Travis Pastrana and really trying to focus on their rally heritage. I don't personally think that they're going to totally axe the manual transmission. I think that they just went the GT route. As far as having an only CVT model with the GT, I think it's just a touring car. If you look at a lot of other companies that make, say, a GT3 touring, that one is a comfort. It has less aggressive suspension. It doesn't have a big wing. It really tries to go for that person who's looking for a fun daily driver. So I think that's what Subaru went for, is like that more European approach for their top tier models. So we want to know what you guys think. Do you think this rumor is substantiated? Is it true? Or is it a bunch of bull hockey? If you work in the automotive industry and you've heard any rumblings like this, whether it be with Subaru or other companies, please comment below. I'd love to hear it, or reach out. If there's anything else you guys are looking for us to investigate a little bit further, let us know. I'd love to hear it. Till then, save the manuals. For God's sake.
Today's video is brought to you by Starbucks. Double shot energy. That's what keeps us going.